Everybody, today I will discuss consumer goods versus capital goods. It is the part of national income. In case of national income calculation, the value of consumer goods and capital goods is very essential one. So we must know the trades of the consumer goods and the trades of the capital goods. In some cases, the same commodity may be consumer good or may be capital good, but the condition is different one. So first I am going to discuss consumer goods or consumption goods. Alternate name of consumer goods is consumption goods. So consumer goods are those goods which directly satisfy the needs of the consumers. I have written consumer goods are those goods which satisfy the wants of the consumers directly. Nowadays, the children in the household sector and the students, those who are pursuing in higher education, they need laptop and mobile phones for attending online teaching. So in household sector, when the children and the students, they need laptop and mobile phones to attend online classes, then in this case laptop and mobile phones are consumer goods, because these goods fulfill the needs of the children directly. So similarly, every day we need food items like food grains, vegetables, milk. Okay, because these goods directly satisfy our needs. So consumer goods are those goods which satisfy the wants of the consumers directly. Consumer goods are items ready for sale. The consumer goods are same as final goods, because always final goods are ready for sale. Final goods are ready for sale in the market. So similarly, consumer goods are items ready for sale and bought for final consumption. Okay, the consumer goods fulfill the needs of the end users. The end users are the consumers, and always the consumers to purchase the final goods from the market to fulfill their desires, to fulfill their needs. For example, you see bread, cake, biscuit, ice cream and cold drinks. All these things are ready for sale in the market, and finally these goods bought by the consumers to fulfill their needs. Next one, consumer goods having direct demand. When a commodity is directly demanded by the consumers to satisfy their needs, then demand on this commodity is called direct demand. When a commodity is directly demanded by the consumers to satisfy their needs, so demand on this commodity is called direct demand. So always consumer goods having direct demand, because consumers directly purchase these goods from the market to fulfill their needs or desires. Next one, these goods do not promote production activities. It means again these goods are not used to produce other goods and services. These goods only fulfill the needs of the end users. End users means consumers. These goods are not further means of production. Again, these goods are not in the production process to produce other goods and services. So always these goods are called end use goods because these goods used by the end users. End users are the consumers. So finally, consumers purchasing consumer goods or consumption goods to fulfill their needs. So again, these goods do not use to produce other goods and services. So same thing I have written. These goods do not promote production activities. It means these goods are not used in the production of other goods. These goods do not need further processing. These goods, okay, do not use in the production process to produce other goods and services. Because finally these goods used by the consumers or end users to fulfill their desires or needs. Consumer goods do not have any future productive use. The same thing. Do not have any future productive use. Again, in future, these goods would not be used in production process to produce other goods and services. Because consumer goods are finally purchased by the consumers or the household sector to fulfill their desires, to fulfill their needs. So again, in future, these goods would not be used in the production process other goods. Consumption goods are meant for final consumption as final goods. I told you, same consumption goods are final goods. Because final goods are finally used by the consumers for consumption. Final goods are finally used by the consumers for consumption purposes. So similarly, consumption goods are the final goods which are used by the consumers to fulfill their needs. Okay. So consumer goods are meant for final consumption as final goods. For example, bread and butter consumed by the consumers. Bread and butter are the final goods because these goods finally used by the consumers to fulfill their needs. Clear? So bread, we know that final goods are finally used by the consumers for consumption purposes. And in other side, consumption goods are used by the consumers to fulfill their needs. So all final goods, it means final goods are the consumption goods, but not all. Okay, but not all. In case of final goods, you know, it means final goods, some final goods used by the producers for investment purposes. Okay, have you clearly understood or not? So final goods are finally used by the consumers for consumption purposes and finally used by the producers for investment purposes. In case of machine, it is also final good for the producers. Okay, but it is a capital good because again it must be used by the producer to produce other finished product. So in this case, consumption goods are meant for final consumption as final. For example, bread and butter consumed by the consumers. Bread and butter are final goods and also used by the consumers to fulfill their needs. Consumer goods end after delivery to end users, because consumers are the end users. Once consumer goods delivered to the consumers or end users, okay, then the road of the consumer goods ends there. So consumer goods end after delivery to end users. Consumption goods sustain in the basic objective of an economy, that is to say, to sustain the consumption of entire population of the country. Human beings must consume in order to survive and work. Consumption goods sustain the life of the human being. Every day we need food items to fulfill our needs, for survive and getting energy for work. For this reason, consumption goods or consumer goods sustain the human life. Okay, so due to consuming these goods, okay, we are surviving and also we get energy to do work. Next, most of the consumption goods have limited lifetime. Then after that I will discuss different type of consumption goods or consumer goods. Most of the consumption goods have limited expected lifetime, except durable goods. Except durable consumer goods, other consumer goods having limited expected lifetime. You think about the clothes, you think about the shoes, okay. These type of consumer goods can be used for limited period of time, can be used for around 1 year, okay. So except durable consumer goods, because durable consumer goods have used for considerable period of time, for more than 1 year, okay. Okay, except consumer durable goods, the goods like very necessary goods for the human being, like clothes and shoes, okay, these goods having limited lifetime, it can be used for around 1 year. Here example of consumer goods: food, shirt, shoes, cigarettes, TV set and refrigerators, etc. are all consumer goods, because when used they satisfy immediate needs of the consumers. Immediately these goods satisfy the needs of the consumers. Similarly, services rendered to consumers by hotels. Okay, what type of service rendered by the hotels, retailers, barbers, etc. to the consumers are also consumer services. Sometimes, you know, services rendered to consumers by teachers, tuition teacher, family teacher, always guiding the children of the family, guiding the children of the household sector. Similarly, family doctors. Family doctor also, when the family members or members of the household sector suffering in any minor disease, they consult with the family doctor. Clear? Similarly, maid servant, always providing help to the members in the household sector. Okay, preparing food items, cleaning the rooms, clear, washing the clothes, arrange the books of the children. So like this. So these type of services, intangible services. Intangible means those type of things cannot be touched, cannot be filled. It means also services called non-material goods. Non-material goods, intangible goods means those type of things cannot be touched, cannot be filled. So similarly, services rendered to consumers by hotels, retailers, barbers, etc. are consumer services. Also services of police, courts, parks, street lighting, consumed collectively by the people. Also every day we need police service, we need court service, we need parks, we need street light, okay, our needs, because police personnel deployed by the government to protect the people, for providing safety and security to the people. Courts providing justice to the people. Parks for enjoyment, for relaxation. In leisure time, we go to the parks with our children and enjoy. Okay, for relaxation, for stress free, for burden free, we go to the parks and enjoy. Street lighting, basically in the urban areas, you know, it is very necessary one in the evening or in the night. Street lighting also provided by the government, it is very necessary one. So these things collectively consumed by the people, and these things also it means serving to the consumers. Clear? Then you see types of consumer goods. First one, durable goods. Durable consumer goods, it refers to those goods which can be used over a long period of time. Example, you see household appliances like refrigerators, TV, washing machine, laptop, mobiles, air conditioner, fan, etc. It refers to those goods which can be used over a long period of time or which can be used for a considerable period of time. Basically, you consider household appliances. Next one, semi-durable consumer goods. Those goods which can be used for limited period of time. These goods having lifespan of around 1 year. Example, shoes, shirt, crockery, etc. Those goods can be used for limited period of time. Lifespan of those goods is around 1 year. Example, shoes, shirt, crockery, etc. Semi-durable goods. Third one, non-durable consumer goods are those goods which can be used in single act of consumption. Those goods which can be used in single act of consumption, basically some food items, milk, bread, food grains, paper, etc. can be used in single act of consumption. Okay, so okay, these type of goods are non-durable goods. Last one, services. It is intangible goods or non-material goods. Refer to intangible or non-material goods which directly satisfy human wants. Example, services rendered to consumers by doctors. Doctor. Similarly, family engineer always guide the household sector in regarding to the construction of the buildings or in regarding to the repair of the buildings. Similarly, household teacher always providing guidance to the children in regarding to the teaching matters. Maid servant, so service, okay, rendering valuable service to the household members. Similarly, bankers, okay, family bankers, always they are guiding to the family members, guiding to the members of the household sector in regarding to the rules and regulation of the banking activities. So those type of services rendered to the consumers, okay, it is included in services. Okay, it is services also is the last type of consumer goods. Clear? Next one, I will discuss capital goods. Capital goods are those goods which are useful to produce other goods and services. Machines, tools, equipments, factory buildings. These again which can be used in the production process to produce other finished goods. So those goods which are useful to produce other goods and services. Those goods repeatedly used or again and again used in the production process to produce other goods and services. Basically, capital goods are fixed assets. Fixed assets means those type of assets used again and again in the production process. Those type of assets repeatedly used in the production process to produce other finished goods are capital goods. Just to remember, the capital goods are the fixed assets which are repeatedly used or again and again used in the production process to produce other goods and services. here I have written capital goods are fixed assets which are used in the productive process in order to produce a finished consumer good. Okay, capital goods are those type of fixed assets which are used in the productive process in order to produce a finished consumer good. Capital goods are not bought for their own utility. Capital goods are not bought for their own satisfaction. It is not like consumer goods. Consumer goods bought for the satisfaction of the consumers, to fulfill the needs of the consumers, to fulfill the desires of the consumers. But it is not happened in case of capital goods. Capital goods are not bought for their own utility. They are bought in order to be used in the production process. Again, it must be used in the production process. Repeatedly used in the production process. Again and again used in the production process. Okay, to produce other goods and services. Next, capital goods are fixed assets of producers which are repeatedly used in production of other goods and services. Alternatively, fixed assets which are bought for producing other goods but not for meeting immediate needs of the consumers. In case of consumer goods, we purchase consumer goods and consume it to fulfill our immediate needs. But it is not happened in case of capital goods. Capital goods are fixed assets bought by the producers, and again it must be used in the production process to produce other finished goods and services. Okay, so capital goods, it is not meeting immediate needs of the consumers. These goods bought by the producers, bought by the investors, and again it must be used in the production process to produce other finished goods and services. Then it fulfill, then these goods selling in the market, and then it fulfill the needs of the consumers. Capital generating income by production units. Basically, producers and investors, basically they are purchasing capital goods, purchasing fixed assets like machine, tools, equipments, and also using the rooms of factory, using the rooms of farm, okay, to produce some finished goods, to produce finished, and again selling these goods in the market, okay, and earn money. Okay, so capital goods are used for generating income by production units. For example, you see one tailor purchase sewing machine and stitching clothes and preparing clothing materials. His main intention is to sell these clothing materials in the market and getting money. So capital goods are used for generating income by production units. So basically production units use machine, tools and equipments to produce other finished goods and selling these finished goods in the market to earn money. When capital goods make production of other goods, they themselves do not get transformed or merged in the production process. It is very important. When capital goods again used in the production process to produce other goods and services, then they do not get transformed or get merged in the production process. Suppose by using machines, suppose you go to the steel industry, you see so many complicated machines are there. So these machines used by the producers in production process to produce steel products, but machines have separate identity. Merge in the production process with the steel products, they are having separate identity. In production process of machines, okay, then raw material like iron convert to steel products. So in this case actually machines, tools and equipments, the industrial plant do not get merged in the production process. They are having separate identity. Suppose in case of intermediate goods, when milk convert to custard, then milk loses its identity. When sugarcane convert to sugar, then sugarcane loses its identity and get merged with the sugar. But in this case, in case of capital goods, it is not happened. Machines, tools and equipments having separate identity. They are fixed assets. They used again and again or repeatedly used in the production process. Okay, they do not merge with the finished goods. Capital goods undergo wear and tear and needs repair or replacement over time. It is very important one. Because in passage of time, the value of the fixed assets, the value of the capital goods reduced due to wear and tear, expected obsolescence and passage of time. Okay, when any new technology introduced, then new one replace old one. Okay, due to wear and tear also, the machine need repair. So in this case, depreciation fund is there. Clear? For repair or for replacement of old equipment. So capital goods undergo wear and tear and needs repair or replacement over time. So for it means in each and every company and factory, depreciation fund is there. Okay, for repair of the machine, tools and equipments, for replacement of machine, tools and equipments. When new type of machine is introduced in the economy, then at that time new one must replace old one. So in this case, that fund must be used. Capital goods are the backbone of production processes. Capital goods are purchased by the business enterprises for addition to their capital stock to expand the flow of their production. Always, you know, business enterprises, always the investors purchase additional capital goods and it must be added with existing capital stock to expand the flow of production. Okay, when the investors add more and more units of machine, tools and equipments, then definitely production of the commodity increases. Clear? So capital goods are purchased by the business enterprises for addition to their capital stock to expand the flow of their production. Due to involving more and more units of machine, due to involving more and more units of tools and equipments. Okay, the production increases in the economy. When a investor, when an investor invest money on additional machine, tools and equipments, then definitely production would be expanded in future. So these goods having derived demand. Derived demand, the demand on one good mainly depend upon the demand for another good. The demand for machine mainly depend upon the demand for steel products. The demand for tools and equipments mainly depend upon the demand for aluminum products. So these goods having derived demand. The demand for capital goods mainly depend upon the demand for consumer goods, the demand for finished goods. So example of capital goods, factories, rooms of the factories, machines, printing press, combine harvester. Similarly, capital goods in the services sector are coffee machine, computerized stock systems, fans, furnitures, etc. In the service, if you go to the bank, you see some furnitures are there. Okay. If you go to the school also, it belongs to the services sector also, you can find furnitures, fans. Okay, furnitures are there. for parents, okay, for visiting people. Similarly in the bank, for customers also furnitures are there. Okay, computerized stock, coffee machine also preparing coffee. So basically in the services sector, these are capital goods. Next one, difference between consumer goods and capital goods. Consumer goods consumed by an end user. End user means consumers. Okay, consumer goods consumed by the consumers to fulfill their needs. So end user means again actually consumer goods cannot be used in the production process to produce other finished goods. So it can be used by an end user. End user is the consumer. Capital goods processed to produce consumer goods. It's like machine, tools and equipments again must be used in the production process to produce consumer goods. Consumer goods bought personal consumption. You know that always we need consumer goods, food items. Okay, in household sector we need laptop, cell phones, we need household appliances like LED, refrigerator, air conditioner, washing machine. Okay, so these bought by the household sector for personal consumption. Okay, personally to fulfill their needs. But capital goods bought for making other product or finished product. In this case, you see the condition. Consumer goods bought for personal consumption, but capital goods bought main intention is for making other product or finished product. Because again, machine, tools and equipments are used to produce other product or finished product. Consumers buy consumer goods, but manufacturers buy capital goods. Steel manufacturers, aluminum manufacturers buy machine, tools and equipments. He use the rooms of the factory building to produce finished product. So consumers buy consumer goods. Who buy consumer goods and who buy capital goods here? Next one, goods having direct demand, capital goods having derived demand. Already I have discussed. In case of marketing, you see there is business to consumers in case of consumer goods. In case of marketing, consumers purchase the consumer goods from business enterprises to fulfill their needs. So there is business to consumers in case of consumer goods. In case of marketing, there is business to business in case of capital goods. That is to say, capital goods are goods used by one business to help another business produce consumer goods. It means one factory selling machine, tools and equipments to another factory to produce consumer goods. Clear? So here transaction is business to business. One factory providing machine, tools and equipments to another factory to produce consumer goods. Clear? So in this case, in case of marketing, there is business to business in case of capital goods. But in consumer goods, in case of marketing, there is business to consumers. Business enterprises selling their items to consumers. Okay, to fulfill their needs. So directly consumers purchase the food items and other consumer goods from the business enterprises to fulfill their needs. So in case of marketing, in case of consumer goods, there is business to consumers. But in case of marketing, in case of capital goods, there is business to business. Demand for consumer goods is high one. Because each and every time the household sector need some goods and also services to fulfill their needs. So demand is high one, because generally also consumer goods available in the market at cheaper price, and demand is high one because each and every time human being need consumer goods for survive and energy for work. So demand for capital goods is less one, because it means only investors and producers, manufacturers, they need capital goods to produce other goods and services. So demand for capital goods is less one because it is costly in nature. One side costly in nature, and also only producers, manufacturers and investors, they want to purchase capital goods, not all people. So demand is less, one, and other side also the capital goods also available in the market, okay, at higher price. Capital goods are costly one, but in case of consumer goods, always the human being, each and every unit of population need consumer goods to fulfill their needs, okay. And in other side also consumer goods available in the market at cheaper price. But in case of capital goods demanded by the producers, investors and manufacturers only, not population. And in other side also the price of the capital goods is high one. Example of consumer goods: food, appliances, clothing and automobiles, okay. Basically in the household sector, you see, basically in the household sector, those type of food items, appliances, clothing and automobiles used by the family members in the household sector to fulfill their needs. Examples of capital goods: factory buildings, machinery and tools. Another one, storage of consumer goods is refrigerator and kitchen, basically in the household sector, okay. We store food items in refrigerator and also store food items in kitchen. So similarly, storage of capital goods is inventory to warehouse, okay. So inventory and warehouse is there to save the capital goods, to storage the capital goods. But in case of consumer goods, okay, in household sector, refrigerator is there and also kitchen is there. So next one is very important one: goods which can be both capital goods and consumer goods. Just you see the condition. The same good may be capital good or the same good may be consumer good. Suppose you see a household purchase a sewing machine for mending clothes of the members to satisfy their needs. Household sector purchase a sewing machine for mending clothes. They do not want to stitch clothes for others. They do not want to stitch clothes and selling in the market for earning money. No. They purchase a sewing machine for mending clothes of the family members to satisfy their needs. So in this case, sewing machine, it is a consumer good, because finally it is purchased by the household sector to needs of the family members. However, if a tailor purchases a sewing machine for making clothes, okay, for making dress materials and selling it for money, in this case it is a capital good, because the tailor again repeatedly used the sewing machine for preparing clothes, for making dress materials and selling it in the market for money. In this case it is a what? Capital good. Clear? Because you know that capital goods are those goods which are useful to produce other goods. Again, capital goods used in the production process, repeatedly used in the production process, again and again used in the production process to produce other goods, okay. And due to this also income is generated in the production units. Here also it means tailor earning money. First one purchase a sewing machine, invest money on sewing machine, and again he used sewing machine to prepare clothes and making dress materials and selling it in the market, okay, for getting money. Then last one I will discuss trade-off between consumer goods and capital goods. Okay, what is the meaning of this one? You know that in economy limited resources are there. If an economy produces more of capital goods, then the other side production of consumer goods definitely would be less, because resources is a limited one. Limited resources can be used for capital goods and consumer goods, okay. If economy produces more of capital goods, then in other side production of consumer goods decreases. But more the capital, when when more capital goods produced now, then more will be the productive capacity of the economy in future. More will be the productive capacity. Capital goods produced now, present time, then more will be the productive capacity of the economy in future. And due to more productive capacity, then a large volume of consumer goods can be produced in future. So in short term, there is less of consumer goods because more capital goods produced, okay, and production of consumer goods is less because resources are limited one. If more portion of the resources used for capital goods, and then there is less portion of the resources available for the production of consumer goods. So when production of capital goods increases, then production of consumer goods decreases. But in short term, less quantity of consumer goods produced in the economy. But we know that in present time now, if more capital goods produced, then productive capacity of the economy in future, okay, will be more. Okay, due to more capital goods, more and more quantity of consumer goods would be produced in future. More volume of consumer goods can be produced in future. So in short term, related to the consumer goods, problem is arised, but in the long run it can be solved, because now the production of more capital goods, it would be helpful to produce more consumer goods in future. So in the next class I will discuss factor income or factor payment and transfer income or transfer payment. Please do not forget to click on the subscribe button. My YouTube channel is Osit Sir Econ. Subscribe me. Okay, after viewing the video. Thank you.